Hello there everybody, how's it going? It's Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff, coming to you with day 2 of Flossmas 2021. Today is Thursday, December 2nd, 2021, like I said, and let's get this going. After yesterday's video, which was very long for a Flossmas video, I think that this one maybe will go a little quicker. Real quick, I am having my tea from yesterday, so it was the Merry Mistletoe from day 1, and here's my mug. It says she knew she could, so she messed about on the internet and left it all to the last minute. That's me. So this tea has no caffeine, and it's very fruity and flowery, which is not normally my thing with tea. My favorite teas are chais, which are spicy and kind of more full-bodied than a very flowery tea, but this is actually pretty good. It's pretty good. And I just brushed my teeth, so it's kind of an interesting combination, but anyway. That's pretty good. I like it. Okay. So, thank you to everybody who watched yesterday's video. I know that it's really hard to stay caught up, especially when Flossmas hits. There are so many people doing Flossmas. I wasn't able to watch any videos yesterday, and so thank you if you took some time to watch mine. Much appreciated. Welcome to any new and returning viewers. So happy to have you here. In these Flossmas videos, at least these first few, I am sprinkling a little bit of what would be a regular full-fledged floss tube update. I'm kind of spreading a little bit across a few videos. I've also got a couple of advents, the David's Tea and the advent from the Patchwork Rabbit, which I saw several other stitchers on Instagram are doing that one. So yeah, so let's go ahead and let's get going with the video, and I'm going to start with a couple of projects that I have worked on in November. So the finishes that I showed you yesterday, Raven Queen and Elephants, were both in my zombie run. And so these are my other 2 projects that were in my zombie run as of November. This one replaced Haunted House when I finished Haunted House in October. And Zombie Run is an event in a group that is closed. So the long story short is that it was a year-long event in which you had to work on 4 projects. All 4 of them at least once in the month. So this one replaced my Haunted House, which I finished in October. So this is Glory of Autumn by Dimensions, the kit. And I am stitching this on a 28 count cashmere linen in antique white from Zweigart. It came with an Aida. I believe it was a 14 count Aida that it came with, but I swapped for the linen just for personal preferences, and I like a little bit more margin than the kits usually send you with. So here is where I got to this last time that I worked on it. And I worked on it for 4 days, I think, maybe 3 or 4 days, and did a lot of filling in. I'm kind of borrowing Sarah Stitchin' Mommy's method, in which she picks like the top color that's not yet finished and then just work the thread in. It's very cross-country. It's very unusual for me. It's a little uncomfortable. As you can see, I cannot get entirely away from parking. Because there's just a bunch of different colors in this one, it just makes sense to do it a little bit more cross-country. So I did a lot of filling in. And I basically, not entirely, but basically have the top right page done. So this design is in 2 pages, and with the way that the chart is folded, I'm calling this the top right page, which is bigger than the bottom right page. The bottom right page is probably half size. So if you're comparing where I'm at, you can see that there's not a whole lot there underneath it. So yeah, so that's where I got to. I remembered to use my size 26 needle because these dimensions, you know, they call for 4, 5, 6 strands sometimes. Some of the blues are in 6 strands, which is intense. Even using the bigger needle, it's kind of hard to thread that. And I have a needle threader, and it was still complicated. But anyway, so yeah, so that's where I got to with Glory of Autumn, and I will insert some before and after so you guys can see the progress that I made. Up next is in this bag by Ragtag Quilt Art. This is my August quilt by Paula Vaughan. It's from the book Quilts for All Seasons. And yes, I ripped my book up because these are color charts and it uses like a polka dot square in pink and a polka dot square in blue. And so I have to be able to work from the color chart because the symbols won't do me any good. So there is that. And I'm stitching this one on a 32 count Belfast linen in cream from Zweigart. I did quite a bit. If parked threads make you queasy, just look away for a minute. Because this one I am definitely using the parking method. Oh, I love this. I have so much fun stitching this. I never want to put it down. Even this humongous chunk of white, I was just having a ball, really enjoying stitching on this one. Like I always do. Every time I get to pull this one out, I'm excited. So not my aesthetic, my personal aesthetic, but I don't know, I enjoy it. So the quilt, the body of the quilt is really almost done. I have a little strip here and I left a little bit down here undone because once I finish the quilt, I'm going to want to be done with this project. There is the roses, the rose bush over here, the trellis of roses. It's super confetti. There's 4 greens in there and 4 pinks and a million quarter stitches. Maybe you can see that. So it's a little bit more intensive and a little bit more brain involved for that one. And so I want to save some of the quilt for the end, for the latter part of stitching this project, just to keep the motivation alive. Where I had this set up in my frame, I absolutely could have reached the bottom of the quilt, but I didn't want to do that just yet. So that's where I got to with August quilt. And both of these projects will make a return here in December because Zombie Run, the final month of Zombie Run. Oh, gotta get my miles in. Even though I have no prayer of completing the challenge, there was probably, I think I probably completed 4 months of Zombie Run, but that's the way it goes. All right, so let's do our giveaway. And so the giveaway that I started yesterday was for Raven Queen. I asked you all to put Corvid in your comments from last time. Corvid is Latin for raven, or crow, actually. And it occurred to me, it dawned on me later how close Corvid is to COVID. But I mean, you know, hey. Okay, so I've got the random YouTube comment picker pulled up here on my phone. Under normal circumstances, I would let it sort and pull out only those comments that have the keyword in, but I saw a few people put Corvids plural, and there was more than one misspells, and I don't want to exclude anybody, so I'm gonna just generate a YouTube comment, and if the one that I pull has the keyword in it, then that will be our winner. So we're just gonna get the YouTube comments, of which there are 120, and it's going to pick a winner, and we have a winner. Stacy J. Stacy J says, your finishes look amazing. I love the sparkles of the beads in the Raven Queen. Thank you. The corvid family is one of my favorite families of birds. Same. Also same. So, Stacy J, congratulations. You are the winner of the pattern. I am going to ask that you get in touch with me. I'm going to put up my email and my Instagram. You can message me or email me at either of those two locations with your mailing address, and I will get that shipped off to you probably by early next week at the very latest. So thank you everybody so much for entering. I will have another one of these in maybe a day or so. We'll see. So thank you very much. Congrats, Stacy J. I will reply to your comment if I don't hear from you. I'll do that on Saturday because it's kind of fun to see your name announced on a FlossTube video. It's just like oh, that's me. So I will let this be live for a little bit before I message you and let you know that you won. So thanks everybody. Okay. What else did I want to mention? There was something else that I wanted to mention with that, but I can't think of it, so we'll continue on. Let me show you what I am currently stitching on. And my progress, not a whole lot. I didn't stitch any more yesterday. Yesterday was a show's night for husband and I, and that's upside down. So let's try it this way. Yeah, yesterday was a show's night for my husband and I, and so, and I think tonight is too. So there probably won't be any more stitching. I spent entirely too much time messing about with videos yesterday. And so I missed some baby does stuff nap time stitching. So anyway, here is where I'm up to, and forgive all the parked threads. Just I have a way of doing things, and so I mean the progress that I made is not a whole lot. I did this present here and some roofs. I'm trying really hard to get over to the right side because I really prefer working from the right to the left. I don't know why, I just do. So that's what I got done this morning. A little bit of roof and a present. So no before and afters until I make some significant progress. Speaking of messing about on the internet, I owe you all a WhipGo video to discuss WhipGo 2022. I attempted to film that video yesterday, and that's really what kind of threw my whole timeline off yesterday. But it just did not go well. That's something that I need to film when somebody is here to hang with baby does stuff. And so that will be tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow you can expect both a vlog as well as a WhipGo video, because we got to talk about WhipGo. Okay, so let's get going with showing the advents. I forgot my knit upstairs. So I did my row yesterday, but you're just going to have to take me on faith on that. I did my lace row yesterday. I'll show that tomorrow. It was just one row, so you can hardly tell a difference. Okay, so let's start with the tee. And it occurred to me yesterday that they have all of the descriptions of the tees on the back of the box here, but it's randomized, which is actually kind of nice because you can glance at it and be like, oh, you're not sure which one you're looking at. So here we go. Here's our box, and we have number 2, which is right here. And I hope there's some chives in here because I love a good chai. All right, so we have number 2, and we have Organic Cream of Earl Grey. Okay, let's see if we can smell-o-vision this one. If not, I'll just tell you what it smells like. Ooh, that smells warm. I've had an Earl Grey tea, but it was terrible, so hopefully this is not terrible. And let's see what David's Tea has to say about the Cream of Earl Grey. First of all, it's the maximum caffeine ranking. Organic black tea, natural cream of Earl Grey flavoring, cornflowers, marigolds, and it's kosher. Good to know. Okay, So that's what we have for the tea for today. And I meant to mention this. So I told you that my old steeper did not survive the move. I forgot I had another one that was even older that did survive the move that Danny unburied for me last night. So that's why I was able to have my tea this morning. So that's great because I can start to have my tea. So I will actually probably have this later today. Keep the caffeine going. This is a no caffeine drink, so I'll probably have this later today and report back tomorrow. So I've been on Instagram this morning, and fortunately no spoilers for me yet, so that's a good thing. So here is day 2. I love these. This is just too much fun. Oh, this is one of my favorite colors. Classic Colorworks Colonial Copper. That burnt orange feeling. It's a very Virginia Tech kind of day here. Burnt orange maroon tea. Love it. Did you guys see who our new head coach is? I used to coach at Penn State, so we'll see. Anyway, so that is beautiful. And I'll go ahead and pin that up. Okay, I think that's everything, which is good timing because the leaf blowers are starting up in my neighborhood. So I better get out of here. Everybody happy stitching, happy Flossmas. As always, be kind, and I will see you tomorrow.